Hey, welcome back to another episode of VO Buzz Weekly.
Thanks for coming back for part 2 with the incredible Sylvia Villagran. Are you ready, Chuck?
Let's get buzzed.
Turn it up.
Get ready.
You're tuned in to VO Buzz Weekly. And now, prepare to get seriously buzzed with your hosts, Chuck Duran and Stacey J. Aswad.
To segue back into the commercial,
Yes.
Spanish versus English,
Yes.
but not really. On the Spanish side,
Yes.
Is there a Spanish dialect that is the one that works for everybody? Mm-hmm. There is. Okay, can you tell us about that?
Absolutely. They ask for it's, I guess there's different ways of saying it, but it's like basically pan-Hispanic, generic, neutral, but it's basically a non-dialect. And so if you have a Puerto Rican accent, if you have a Cuban accent, you would never work, by the way.
Oh, Chuck.
Right.
Carlos Alberto.
Oh.
With
Well,
your
I don't have
Cubano
to have
accent.
a Cuban accent when I speak Spanish. Yo puedo hablar
Gosh,
como
you
usted.
didn't even sugarcoat it.
I know.
Man,
Yo
she just
puedo
went
hablar
like,
como
Pero
usted.
mira, chico.
Oye, mira, chico, no me joda, ¿ok?
Oh,
Porque la
see?
cosa se va a
See?
poner
Look
mala.
at that.
Yeah, no, not like that, for sure.
But like an Argentinian accent wouldn't work.
Yeah.
You know, like a very heavy.
What about if I do like this, like a Mexican?
Yeah, no.
A Spanish Mexican, that does not work? Okay.
Definitely no.
Okay, I'm
No.
just...
And then there's different dialects even within Mexico. Like there's, the Mexico City accent, there's the northern part of Mexico. There's a lot of different dialects. So none of those dialects, unless they're specifically asking for those dialects,
Right.
would
right,
work.
Right.
Like
So-
if it's a product of Mexico.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Or if they're saying, okay, we want a regional, we're going to do a McDonald's commercial, it's regional, so we want more, a Mexican accent. Or
Right.
it's in New York, so we're going to want more of a
Little
Puerto Rican, Dominican
flavor, yeah.
accent, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Or Miami, and we want
Yeah.
a Cuban accent. So
Right.
it's like that.
So, did you have to tweak your little Spanish?
Of course,
Yeah.
of course. My family is from the northern part of Mexico, and so our accent is very different. It's more pronounced. It would be kind of like a country accent here, like a southern accent. So there's a very specific sound to it.
Yeah.
And I had to make it very neutral in order to work national commercials for national
Right.
campaigns. I can always bring it back if I'm going to do a regional
Yeah.
spot, but for national campaigns, I have to make it very generic.
And when you get your auditions, like any Spanish auditions, will it say anything like that if they don't
Absolutely.
want or do want?
Absolutely. Usually in the specs, they'll say, generic, no accent,
Okay.
or they'll say, looking for
Yeah.
Mexican accent, woman, or
Mexican black woman.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. And they do exist. by
And
the
they
way.
do exist,
Yes,
by the way.
they do. Yes, they do.
That's cool, man. That's so cool.
Yeah.
So let's talk about you have started coaching.
Yes.
Yes.
She's like, yes.
This is good.
This is very exciting.
This is really
so
exciting.
I want to kind of get a sense of what was that shift that you said, I want to do this? Kind of what is your voice as a coach? Like, where are you coming from that? And of course, obviously, how can people get to you?
Well, okay, so it started about, I don't know, maybe about a year and a half ago, where Eric from the Don LaFontaine lab,
Yes.
who's lovely.
Yes.
Very lovely.
He heads up the lab, and I'm one of the what is that? The board of
Yeah.
Board of directors?
on the board, or
Yeah, on the board of the lab board.
See, I don't do well without a script. Anyway, yes, I'm on that. And so I was invited to go and teach a class, and I really enjoyed it. And it was specifically for crossover, bilingual Spanish, English, or people who thought they spoke Spanish and would like to cross over. And I really enjoyed it. And I found myself having like really strong opinions. Like I really did have something to say and add. And I thought, maybe. So it was kind of back there. And then I got an email from a friend of mine who said, I'm looking to do my demo. Would you coach me? And I said, sure. And so I did, and that was really cool. And then it just started like that, where it was like one person and then another person. Yeah, here and there. I don't do it like on a regular basis because I'm pretty busy, but I do enjoy, the giving back, because it is, things that I think that are like so obvious are not really.
Are revelations.
Yeah.
They're revelations, and I see it sometimes when when I'm talking to people who are just starting out, and I'll say something.
Oh, you
and
have
like,
so much to offer and so much to give.
Thank
and
you.
You've been so successful in your crossing over, and so I think it's
and not
lovely
only
that you're doing that.
The Spanish market is not as
huge.
widely populated by coaches and things like that as the English market.
But it's
So,
a huge market. I mean, there's such
when
a,
somebody like you comes along who's like a working actor who's out there killing it every day of her life.
Thank you. Yeah,
I mean,
I think so, and I think that a lot of people are looking for some sort of guidance. I didn't have that. I mean, I had to sort of, troubleshoot my way, and getting the work or getting the coaching in English, and then applying it to my Spanish work. But there really isn't that availability for Spanish. But yeah, it's a really lovely way too of. I learn too, I learn, and it's a really kind of a nice thing to do. So.
That's
So what's the
fantastic.
best way? On
Absolutely.
Twitter?
How do we get a hold of you, Sylvia?
Do you? She's like.
Don't give out your phone number, otherwise every guy out there is going to be calling you. You
Call me at
I'd like to
866.
coach on Saturday
definitely
night.
want an email.
If you're hot, I coach on Saturday.
I coach on Saturday nights
In my pool.
in my pool.
Exactly.
Jacuzzi lessons by Sylvia Villagran.
She's going
Oh
back to
my
the weather,
God.
people. It's heating up. So
This is turning
There
into a
is a
whole different kind of
hot
a
air
show
mass.
tonight.
there is a hot trend.
Crazy. Okay, so is there an
You know,
email?
I guess I should have an email. How about if I?
How about if they private message you on Twitter?
I like that.
Are you now?
Right. So why don't you guys?
Are you now just like referral based right now? Like
It's all been
mostly?
referral based.
Okay.
Because you know what? I like working with nice people. I don't like working with people who are rude.
Well,
and
no,
mean.
they have to have they have to be nice and have a work ethic.
You gotta be nice.
You have to go in her order of
So then.
Well, how about they private message you, they
Yes.
DM you on Twitter.
Yes, that's
at
perfect.
Sylvia Villagran is right there.
There you
and
go.
then you guys
Absolutely.
And you have to follow her, or otherwise she won't
Yeah, you have to
return
follow
There
her.
you go.
And you have to follow us too.
And you have to follow us, or she won't coach
Shameless.
you. You
We're
see what I-
shameless.
See how that works?
We're shameless, but you know what? If you don't ask,
Right?
right?
I like that.
See? Yeah.
So you need to private message me, and then you need to follow me.
Yeah.
And
At-
then I'll return.
At Sylvia
That's right.
Villagran.
Exactly.
Good.
But it's a fun thing to do. So yeah, and you'll have fun.
Yeah. Beautiful. I love that.
Awesome.
I love that. Obviously, times are a little cuckoo out there.
Oh yeah.
Right.
We are days from the election.
Right.
This year, you were announcing the Democratic National Convention.
Correct.
Um,
Correct.
How was that? Being in that.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, I imagine the intensity is there, but this
Yeah.
this election is highly charged.
You know, this I can honestly say was probably the most amazing job I've ever had.
Really?
Like ever. Like on so many levels.
Explain.
Okay, so the fact that it was a 4-day event, I mean, this was a 4-day event.
Yeah.
So any a live show is usually there's a rehearse, and then there's sometimes the day before, and then the next day there's a couple days of rehearsal or whatever. Or sometimes there's just the 1-day rehearsal, and then you go on, and then you're done.
Right.
Yep.
So this was an entire day of rehearsal, and then straight like 9 a.m. to midnight, and then straight in Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, from 9 a.m. until 1 o'clock in the morning, all day, every day. And it was every day was historic. Every day was like some crazy thing. Like Monday was the, what was it? The nomination of Hillary. I think it was on Monday. There was, Bernie conceding. There was Bill Clinton. There was, the First Lady.
Yep.
The next day was, the VP and then President Obama. And to announce the sitting president of the United States was like, oh my God. I can't even believe that this is my life right now. It was amazing. Yeah. And then the fourth day was obviously the big one because we have the very first female candidate for president of the United States, which is historical. It's historical. So,
did you have a good vantage point? Because I know sometimes you're tucked away in some little cubby.
Yeah,
Were you tucked away?
I was tucked away. I was right behind the podium on the second floor, right behind the stage. And I was like I guess it was the kitchen. So it was a makeshift studio. And actually, if you go on my website, I have pictures of like
that's
where I
cool.
was. Yeah, it was like this really funky like tent thing. So and then right across from me was the Secret Service, and they were like fully armed. It wasn't the Secret Service that you see on TV with the with the suits and the lapel pins. It was like full body armor with.
Really?
Oh yeah, they had.
That was for you though.
It was because they knew.
They knew, man.
They were like,
a lot of people are trying to get to you.
She's here.
It's dangerous.
She's on the move.
That's right. But you would open that door and they had like AK-47.
Did you flirt with any of
Wow.
those security guys?
You what?
Did you flirt with any of those
I
security?
did.
You did?
Were you frisked?
Were you frisked? She was frisky.
I take the fifth.
Okay,
She
very
takes the
good.
fifth.
Look
Okay,
at her
we'll
with her
accept.
amendments.
We'll
You're all fancy.
Right? Hey, I just did the DNC.
Right.
I get to be fancy with the amendments.
You're all up on
I
them.
know.
Yeah.
I know
Okay,
politics
well,
now.
So insane.
everyone get out there and vote. If you haven't already, just
Absolutely.
do it.
Yeah, it's really
Let your voice
important to
be
do
heard.
that.
Yeah.
It is.
It was just being in a moment of history was just it was
Yeah.
fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Congratulations.
Thank
That's actually
you.
a
Yeah,
really
and
big
you did
thing.
a beautiful job again. Yeah,
thank you.
it was wonderful.
Looking back in time in your whole career,
Yeah.
is there a job, something that you did that really stands out as like, I can't believe that I got to do that? I mean, I know that this is definitely one of them, but besides this, has there been any other jobs like that? You can say no.
I'll be really honest
Yeah.
with you. I think every job that I get, because every time I'm done with the job, I
Yeah.
always think it's the last time I'm going to get a job.
You do?
I do. I always think, well, I had a great summer.
That's a wrap.
That's it
That
for
was
the
a
rest
good
of my life.
2016, man.
Oh,
I
man.
was awesome. I could go back and go, I was big when,
Yeah.
I was big.
Yeah.
Like Norma Desmond.
Back in the old days.
You know who
big.
I used to be?
It's big, exactly.
So
You
what
know
happens?
who I
Then what
am.
happens the next
Yes.
day when you get another job? What do you think then? You're like, oh gosh.
Like, oh
Here
my
we go again.
God.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I'm still good. I'm still
You are a nutcase.
I know. I
That's
still
so
I still
funny.
think that. I mean, after all these years, I still get really nervous, and I think that's one of the things that drives me, though. That makes me. I'm never happy with where I am. I always am looking for ways to become better. I have conversations with my agents. What do you think? Is there something that I could do different?
Yeah.
Is there
Yeah.
something that I can, I'm always tweaking. Always.
Let's talk about
Right,
that.
right.
What are some things that you look at in your own personal career that you tweak? Like, what do you do? Do you coach with somebody? Do you listen for something?
Yes, absolutely. All of those.
All of those things?
For me, there was a time where I was doing, after the famous crossover,
Yeah.
I was only doing very institutional announcers, so it was always announcer. And because of the 2002 MTV VMAs, I met a handful of people. This is why being nice
Pays off.
pays off. Because in 2002, I met people, and all of them have since given me work because of that one job.
Wow.
So I got hired at this network called Mundos, which is an offshoot of Telemundo.
Right.
And it was sort of young urban, 18 men, 18 to 25, like real young.
Real young.
Yeah. And I was working with these directors and producers that were they were super young and straight out of film school and really fun, and they were making me do the craziest stuff, just crazy stuff. One of them wanted me to jump up and down, and just crazy stuff while I would read the promos, and so
Jumping while
your
you were
jumping
reading?
jacks, your
yes,
jumping jacks
while I
ritual.
was recording.
Wow, I've never
while
heard
I was
of that
recording.
before.
Oh yeah, they're like, no. We don't want you to read it like that. Just read it like, blah, 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 like crazy. Yeah. So then they wanted me to go younger, and I couldn't. I was like, well, I don't. What do you mean younger? Just go younger. Like, do your voice higher. So it took me a little while to find that voice, but that voice.
I know when you hear it, like you would not go, oh, that's Sylvia.
That's where it started. It started in Mundos, and it was very urban, Latino, and it was I was doing a video game show, and it was geared towards these young kids, and so because of that voice, it kind of opened up a whole nother area for me. You know, I had an amazing campaign with Toys R Us because of it, because it was again they wanted really, really young. So things that I would never have been able to do had I stayed with that one and not been willing to sort of branch
Right,
out.
to be open to that.
To be open
So
to it, yeah.
what's like your hot demographic where you book the most? Like what age, youngest to oldest for you?
For me.
Where it's just like, this is the stuff that I, every day.
Well, with the live announce, it depends, because I just did a really young award show, so that was like teenage 20s, and then I just finished doing the DNC and there's a little older.
So that's pretty wide range.
Yeah, I have a kind of a wide
Not a
range.
lot of people could actually play that,
Yeah, but that again, that took a lot of work. It was
Yeah.
a lot of work from like 05, I think 06 was when I kind of started to. And then you play with it. Once you
Yeah.
find that voice, you can do so many different things with
Yeah.
it.
Do you listen to a lot of like commercials and promos and like, ooh, I like the way they
Absolutely.
did that? and-
Absolutely. I listen to everything, and I record stuff. I'm recording you. I do. I record my I listen to my colleagues, people that I really love and respect, and I'm like, oh, that was amazing. How did they do that? And I listen. Would that work for me? That wouldn't work for me. But how can I incorporate it into my
make
voice,
it
into
yours.
what I do?
Yeah.
Not mimicking, but utilizing.
It's a seasoning.
Absolutely.
Yeah. The inspiration. The
Yes.
inspiration is
Yeah.
really important.
Yeah, and I think it's really important to listen and to always be, taking notes from things that you hear,
Yeah.
being inspired. It's like, I think it's kind of like art,
It is. It is. And the cool thing is that the stuff that you're hearing,
Yeah.
those people were directed and they got the job.
Correct.
So it's like,
Correct.
what a perfect example. What do I need to sound like? You need to sound like that.
Well, I mean, and I'm sure you have the same thing that happens in your, with doing demos. You always want to be, doing something new
Cutting
and different.
edge, yeah,
Cutting
exactly,
edge,
yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
And even here with your
Hello?
cutting edge,
Come
with
on.
the cutting edge.
And now we
set.
have you. The show is over. This is the last episode we're ever going to do. 'Cause how are we going to top?
How are we gonna get better
How are we
than
gonna
this?
top this?
Come on.
See, it's just, you're going to be able to say, Sylvia back in 2016 used to be really big. She was really big.
No, you're going to go viral after
You're
this.
crazy.
It's going to be on,
go viral?
lady.
Oh my
On.
And viral is a good thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Penicillin-free viral.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like
That's
that.
the good
I like
kind.
that.
Knowing what you know now,
Okay.
if you were starting your career over again, would you do anything differently? Or what would you tell yourself if you were starting your career right now?
I think I would say you're doing really good. You're doing good. Because I think that the whole time I was like, I'm missing something, I know I'm missing something. And I overworked and I overdid and I just was never comfortable in it. And yeah, I would say, enjoy it. enjoy where you are and what you're doing, because I have done some really great things, and in the process of like, I gotta be better, I gotta
Right.
work hard. That's the only thing that I would do, is just kind of settle into it, into those moments when it's happening, which I have done actually in the last few years now. I'm really enjoying, but at the very beginning, I think it was like, I was just so, I want to be good, I want to be really good, so I'm gonna take this class and that class. It's like, okay, just pump the brakes, lady. Just relax. So that's what I would say to my younger self.
Good. I like that. That's good advice.
So coming up, we have the Voice Arts Awards.
Yeah.
Congratulations on your nomination
Ooh, body of
for
work?
Outstanding Body of Work.
I know. I am so
great.
honored. And that
Such a
I'm up
great-
against,
George
DeLoyo, Bill Ratner. I mean, that's huge.
It is
Because there are two people
humongous.
that I respect tremendously.
Right. Well,
So,
all of you have incredible bodies of work, and to be nominated, truly, I mean, it sounds, but it's, I mean, a lot of people submitted, and it gets down to those few. So,
and you guys, congratulations, because this is, what is it? This will be your second, yeah?
Third.
Your third.
Yeah.
Oh my
And then we
gosh.
have some demo clients that are
14
nominated.
demo nominations this year.
So very excited.
Demos
So many
Here, I'll put
super
a high file
talented
on
people.
that. That's really
Demos that
good.
rock.
We
That's
got some
amazing.
great
Yeah,
talent
but it's
out
such a
there,
great,
man.
it's such
amazing.
a great platform that
It
Joan
really
Baker and
is.
Rudy Gaskins have
So
created.
let's just talk about them for a second,
yes.
shall we?
Yeah.
We shall.
Because Joan Baker
There's a
and
lot
Rudy
of
Gaskin,
love for that beautiful duo.
they are
going on
absolutely
here.
amazing, and they have done so many wonderful things for
Yeah.
the community.
Yeah.
And I think it started with Joan's beautifully written book, that just did, I think, so much for, her giving back.
Yeah.
Yep.
Into the Alzheimer's, and
yes.
it's
Yep.
amazing, and now this, the Sovas.
Gosh.
It's
Yeah.
amazing.
And
Yeah.
they've worked so hard
Right.
to get it to
You
where
talk
it's
about
at.
work ethic.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
super
Well, so
hardworking.
when you, I mean, why are you a part of it? Like, what is it about Sovas, and that, what made you say, I want to be
Well,
involved in this?
I love Rudy and Joan. I mean, I adore them. I absolutely believe I believe in
Yeah.
what they're doing, in creating a community, in giving back. I'm a huge fan of everything that they do. Anywhere they want me to be, I will be there.
Likewise.
Likewise,
and they
yeah.
are just, they're
Yeah.
just lovely human beings. That's all I can say.
Absolutely. Here's to
Well,
Joan,
Joan and Rudy.
Joan and
A
Rudy, we
big
love
cheers
you.
out to you
Thank
guys. You guys
you.
are
Love you.
rock stars.
We'll be
and we
walking
really
that
are.
carpet with you this weekend. It's coming
Girl, what are you
weekend.
wearing?
I don't know yet.
Girl, what are you wearing?
I'm behind.
Girl.
Really? I know. I'll just.
You
Yeah,
still
gotcha.
don't know what you're wearing? Come
She
on
doesn't.
now.
She doesn't.
But it comes to me like an epiphany.
Yeah.
I just know.
Well, the designers that sent me clothes.
Oh, well, because we are so similar in height.
Right?
that
Yes.
I could cut it in half and have two dresses. Yes. Oh, that's good. That's good. Oh, I like that. Bargain.
That's right.
Yeah. So, how would you define success? What does success look like for you?
Oh, wow. Success is getting to do this every day. Oh my God. I mean, this to me, the fact that I get to do this every day, how do I top this?
It brings
this
you
is
a
what
lot
I
of
this is
joy.
what I love. I
Yeah.
love it. I love my clients. I love my colleagues. I love I love everything about this business, and that I get to work with, a lot of voiceover dorks.
Yeah.
Because we really are.
Yeah.
We really
Yeah.
are. I think there's just so many super talented, we kind of get each other,
Yeah.
we really get each other. I think that need to please, the need to, figure out the inner machinations of how we're going to do this job, because
Yeah.
it's going to be different from the next job.
Yep.
And how we get to sort of adapt to that particular situation.
Yeah.
What are you most grateful for right now?
Oh
where
my
you are?
gosh. I think I'm just grateful for all the opportunities that I get in this business.
Yeah.
I am grateful for being a part of the community, for being invited, for you not giving up on me.
Aw,
Never.
we're
Until there's
never-
a restraining order or I get what I want.
That's our Stacey.
I got like an extra scoop of persistence, I think, when I was
Absolutely.
You
made.
do, girl. I love it. I
She
love
is
It's
it.
all through a
She's
smile.
not bossy, but she's very confident.
No, that's what I think I'm the most grateful for. I'm grateful that I get to be a part of this community and part of, just being able to give back. That's the other
Yeah.
thing, that I get to see how the business has changed. I've been in it long enough that I can kind of look back. I'm considered like an old timer now. That's kind of
You're
cool.
an icon.
I like that.
Yeah.
Not an old timer.
There are no
She's an icon.
old timers. There are
No.
only icons.
Listen, you're doing 18 to 25.
That's right.
Please.
That's right. People don't need to
Absolutely.
know how old I really
No,
am.
that's the beauty of it. I mean, in the on-camera world, it's like,
Yeah.
oh, come on.
I know, exactly.
We're all like in the pasture,
Yes.
chewing grass.
Yeah, that's why I think the whole on-camera thing is very scary because it's like a slippery slope. It's like,
So let's just go back real quick to live announce.
Okay.
What is the scariest thing that's ever happened to you during a live announce job?
Well, I'm so glad you asked that.
There's got to be some scary moments, man.
Yes. Okay,
Scary
so
moment number one.
no, here's the biggest.
Okay.
Democratic National Convention, first day. I'm completely. I have no script, and we're about an hour to start, so I can't really go through, and so they finally give me the script, and we're getting close to the middle of the announce, and there's a what is it? It's the official photo, the official congressional photo that I have to walk them through. Ladies and gentlemen, please face the camera that is la la la, and it's done by the, 5th generation photographer. Please look at the tripod, and at the count of, whatever, blah blah blah. Right? There's this whole
Right.
thing. So the AD says, ready for the photography announce, and there is no photography announce in my script. So I said, there's no photography announce. And she says, what do you mean there's no photography? There's no photography announce. Okay. She says, so what's your email? And I go, you know what, don't email it to me because we're on the Wi-Fi. I don't know if I'm going to get it on time.
Right.
Text it to me. So she says, okay.
Oh my gosh.
1 minute to announce. I'm waiting. She goes, have you gotten it? No, I haven't. 45 seconds to announce. I get it.
So you're reading it from the text.
And it's really long, so I can't. 30 seconds, and I'm like trying to. I can't make notes the way I like to make notes.
Right.
And no, 10 seconds, 9, 8, 7. So I go back and I'm like, ladies and gentlemen, please. And I literally from a text.
Wow. I would have
my
freaked out.
gosh.
I was so freaked out. And right when I'm done, the writer comes barreling down and she's like, oh my God. And I'm like, don't worry
And
about
after
it,
you
girl.
punched her in the face, what
no,
happened?
but see, that's the whole thing about collaborating. See,
Yeah.
Yeah.
because at that moment, I can't. Things happen.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
the whole thing. Things happen.
Yeah,
But
and
you were cool
and
as a cucumber.
You were
See,
there to make it
that's
work.
what
My job
Yeah.
is to fix it. That's my job.
You were an intricate spoke
In that
on
wheel.
that wheel.
Wow. That
Because
text,
they couldn't drop that. That
Yeah.
was the other thing. They couldn't drop it. It was
Right.
No, it's the
Slightly
freaking beginning of the
important.
show. Like, what's going to happen? Nothing?
no. And one of my
at
girlfriends.
least you didn't
was-
have to wing it.
I know,
Can you
right?
imagine?
Oh my God. Okay, everybody, look at the camera.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen,
1,
please
2,
look at the camera.
3, go. Smile.
Say cheese.
And then one of my girlfriends texts me. She goes, "Girl, you were amazing. Was that pre-recorded?" I'm like,
You don't even know.
Wow.
Yeah.
it just went on and on and on. So that was probably the scariest thing that has
Right.
ever happened.
Well, look at
So,
the
yeah.
technology. Thank goodness
Yes.
for texting. Can
What
you
would have-
imagine?
what would
Well,
have
Call
that
me.
you even thought about, don't email it, text it.
Yeah, because that has happened before where I will get the email won't come in on a
Well, a lot of times the
yeah,
server.
yeah,
yeah, the servers are not, and especially on those so that's my story.
I love it.
I love that.
I love it. Hey, let's ask her one of our little if
DNC
or box
2020,
questions.
here she comes.
That's right.
Yeah, girls.
Right?
And boys.
Okay, so I know, okay, would you like the cube or the book? I think
I think I'm going to do the book because I was
Alright.
eyeing that book.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, why don't you give me a number between 5 and 127? 8. She's ready. She buzzed in.
See that? Do you see how
She's
how
like,
sure of myself I am?
Yeah.
Okay, 8.
Okay. Okay, this is kind of interesting. I might have to give you 2, but
Okay.
this is so timely.
Okay.
I love this.
Okay.
I love this. If you had to choose a single vice president in the history of the United States to become president, who would you pick?
Oh, wow. I'm going to say Al Gore.
Yeah?
Al Gore would have been a great president.
He actually would have. He was way underrated, man.
I know.
You know, they got so much slack, but
yeah.
yeah. That's
Although,
good.
you know, Joe would have been good.
Yeah.
Joe Biden.
Joe Biden. Yeah.
Absolutely, for sure.
You know, me and Joe, we were at the DNC together.
And you guys are close.
never
Yeah,
met
you guys
him.
are like this,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
We're like this.
Yeah.
Me and
Okay,
Joe.
now we're going to food because I love food.
Okay, hit me with the food.
If you had to give up your favorite food forever,
She would kill herself.
what is the minimum amount of money you would demand in return?
Oh,
What is your
dear.
favorite food?
My favorite food?
Yeah.
Pasta.
Really?
Pasta.
The
all
Spanish
day.
Italian?
I love
What
pasta
kind of
all
pasta?
day
Anything?
long. Any pasta of
Cold,
any
hot,
kind.
anything?
I love pasta. I love what is it? Well, my favorites are penne and because we make that a lot at home.
Yeah.
The penne.
Yeah.
And spaghetti, any kind of spaghetti, but ravioli.
Ravioli.
Oh, love raviolis.
Meat stuff,
Stuffed with-
vegetables, cheese.
All of it.
Do you eat meat?
Anything.
Are you a meat
oh
eater?
yeah.
Oh, yeah. See? Oh, yeah.
Oh
Very
yeah.
enthusiastic.
Oh yeah. All about meat and wine.
Meat and wine.
I'll tell you, my favorite place to
Yeah.
eat is I love Moose and Frank's because it's like old school.
Yep. No
Steak.
frills.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Wine, Caesar salad,
Done.
done. Red wine, that's it.
So is there any amount of money that you would
Take to
could
give
take you away
pasta
from
up?
pasta?
No.
No?
She's
No.
saying no.
She's saying no.
I'm
I will say
keeping the
no
pasta.
to money, no to money, yes to pasta.
Yeah, take you
know what?
touch my
Si
pasta,
pasta,
and I shall
no dinero.
kill you.
I
That's
love
right.
you because I love my carbs. And,
That's right.
Oh my gosh.
Right? It takes a lot of energy to be me. I need my carbs.
By the
Meat
way,
and carbs.
exactly. You guys are like funny because like Stacey,
I don't do the meat, but I'll do the.
she
I'll
doesn't
have
do
an extra
meat,
carb.
but
for you.
man, can this girl eat?
Yeah.
Really?
I,
You don't do meat? Are you vegan or or vegetarian?
100% vegetarian, and I have phases of vegan.
Okay.
Yeah.
But never,
Okay.
nothing with eyes ever.
Nothing. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
But I can eat like a crazy person.
Really?
It's bananas.
Yeah.
What is your favorite? What is your favorite?
Well, I
food?
love pasta. I love Italian.
Of course.
I can eat an entire pizza.
By herself.
Love pizza.
Yeah, she gets her own.
I love to cook. I mean, I love Lebanese food, Middle Eastern food.
Yes. Oh
love
my
to
gosh.
make that. Yeah.
Do you know that there is an amazing? Well, I don't know if it's still around. I'm pretty sure it's still around. It's in Glendale. It's called Rafi's.
Rafi's?
Rafi's.
Never
I
heard
haven't
of it.
been.
Shout out to my Middle Eastern peeps
Rafi's?
in Glendale.
Well, we got to go there.
Raffis.
I think we all
Yes.
The Middle
go
East-
there.
Yeah. Well,
Let's
no, you know what?
crash-
You'll come over and I'll make you.
Let's crash the
I'll make you
place.
homemade
Done.
Middle Eastern food.
This is going to be awesome.
You know, see,
My
that's the thing.
grandparents would be. Yeah, I make it. I make it.
See, that's why. Because it's like for me going out from Mexican food.
Yeah.
I make
Yeah.
it so that
Yeah.
You'll
it's a
come
same
over.
thing.
We'll have a
okay,
Lebanese
done.
feast.
I love it.
Unbelievable
love
is
it.
all I have to say.
Sylvia,
Sylvia.
Yeah. This has been 5.5 years coming, and I have to say, it did not disappoint.
you're
It was
so
worth the wait.
Absolutely.
This
You're
was very
magnificent.
fun. This was very fun. Thank you
Thank
so much
you.
for having me.
It was our pleasure.
It was a beautiful to break in the new studio. That's absolutely beautiful. Congratulations
Thank you.
on your third nomination
Thank
and
you.
possible third win.
Hopefully,
We're like,
third win.
yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So
Thank
cool.
you for being here. We love you. Thank you
Absolutely.
for all you
You're
do,
so
and
cool, man.
you're always welcome here.
Really, really cool.
Thank
Very
you,
sweet
honey.
and beautiful.
Can't
And
wait to
all
see
these
what you do
things that
next.
Everybody says. Hey, we're going to see you guys next time on our next show.
Hi, I'm Sylvia Villagran, and I just got buzzed with Chuck and Stacey. And I want you to remember the 3 rules to success. 1, be kind. 2, work hard. And 3, work on your craft. That's it. It's that simple.
Oh, hey, that concludes part 2 with Sylvia Villagran. We hope you guys have enjoyed getting to know and meet Sylvia. What an amazing talent.
Extraordinary person. We love you. We love her. And thank you guys so much for watching. Keep up with us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel right there. Oh, and hey, we're on iTunes too.
Yoo-hoo!
Bonus! Thanks for watching. Just remember,
You always have time for a little buzz.
Come on, come on, come on and get buzzed with us.
VO Buzz Weekly is sponsored by Chuck Duran's Demos That Rock. The voiceover demo producer to the stars is now available to you. Visit demosthatrock.com and take your voiceover career to the next level.
See you next time. And remember, you always have time for a little buzz.